time for another analysis. This one's going to be fun. Today I'm going to look at all of the things that Mike and Will both do in season 4. Essentially, we're going to try and find the mirror points between these two. And there's actually quite a few. So first of all, we find out that both of them have been pushing each other away between seasons 3 and 4. But we find out this information in very different ways for both of them. In their argument at the rink, we find out that Mike has been pushing Will away. But when Will starts talking about his feelings guised as Elle's feelings, he mentions something about if she was pushing you away, which means he was pushing Mike away. They also both feel jealousy. Mike assumes that Will's painting is for a girl, and he doesn't like that. Will assumes that Mike and Elle are a super happy couple, and that makes him jealous. They both sort of danced around the truth in conversation with each other. Mike tells Will about his fight with Elle, but can't even manage to spit out the fact that he can't tell her he loves her. It's like he's avoiding telling Will this particular problem. Will hints a couple of times at his feelings for Mike, but never fully says it. So even though these two have a lot of talks together, they both are avoiding telling each other the full truth. They both use Elle as a shield. Now hear me out. Mike pretends to ignore Will and only be invested in what's going on with Elle. But we know that's BS. Will uses Elle as a way to express his feelings towards Mike. Honestly, both of these things are unfair to Elle. They both express feeling like they lost each other. It's obvious that both of them feel the disconnection that's been going on in their friendship, and they both express, just in different ways, that they want each other back in their lives. They both go out of their way to make the other one smile. Will knows that Mike is his #1 fan when it comes to his artwork. And Mike makes a flirty little joke to get Will to smile. We are often shown them looking at each other at the exact same time. This happens when they need reassurance or when something is happening that's scary. As the season goes on, we see more and more of this. We're shown both of them literally staring at each other when the other one's not looking. Not just quick glances, we get a few of those too, but we see them outright staring. For Will, it's more in the beginning, and for Mike, it's more at the end. And finally, we see both of them touch each other's shoulder in a reassuring way. Both of these happen in the last episode. I find it really interesting that Will and Mike did a lot of the same stuff. It really shows us that they're both going through something similar. Their arcs were super intertwined this season. They spent pretty much all season together. When we look at all of these things together, we can really see that Mike and Will are struggling with similar stuff. What are they struggling with? Being in love with each other.